Your departed loved ones are not simply at rest. They are engaged in learning, working, and playing an active role in a spiritual realm that Edgar Cayce detailed through more than 14,000 validated psychic readings. Cayce's insights into the activities in the afterlife will profoundly alter your perspective on death. Throughout his 43 years of recorded transgressions in Virginia Beach, Cayce consistently portrayed the other side not as a realm of everlasting repose, but as dimensions filled with dynamic spiritual endeavors. Those we refer to as dead are occupied with meaningful tasks that have a direct connection to the world of the living. If you've ever sensed the presence of someone who has passed on, had a significant dream about a loved one who is no longer with us, or felt a sense of divine support during challenging times, it's important to explore what Cayce uncovered regarding consciousness after death. Be sure to subscribe and activate notifications, as these well-documented insights will reshape your perspective on life, death, and the ongoing journey of the soul. According to Cayce's findings, consciousness persists beyond physical death, transitioning into what he termed various planes of existence, where souls partake in 20 distinct types of activities. These aren't mere inventions, but rather observable trends that consistently arise from thousands of readings provided to individuals searching for clarity about their departed relatives. The first activity that the deceased are engaged in, based on Cayce's insights, is their continued education in what he referred to as the borderland or spirit realms. However, this is not a form of learning bound to the earthly realm. Cayce illustrated how souls engage in the study of universal principles, grasping the way thought shapes reality and honing spiritual capabilities that were unavailable in their physical existence. In his readings, Cayce always conveyed that souls that transition to the other side promptly start reflecting on their most recent life on Earth, not to judge, but to comprehend. They scrutinize each thought, every action, and all the opportunities for spiritual advancement that they overlooked. This process of life review serves not as a form of punishment, but as a means for preparing for their subsequent stage of existence. The second noted activity involves advanced souls acting as mentors and guides for spirits who have recently transitioned. Cayce's readings illustrated that individuals who attained a deeper spiritual awareness during their lives continue to provide this assistance in the afterlife, aiding confused or frightened souls in adapting to their new existence. However, what makes this particularly relevant for those viewing this video is that Cayce's insights indicated that departed loved ones play an active role in guiding and influencing their family members who are still alive. Their love and concern for those in physical form remain unchanged. According to the readings, they instead acquire an enhanced capability to understand the true needs of their loved ones for their spiritual advancement. The third activity that frequently appeared in Cayce's records is what he referred to as soul development work. These souls are not merely static entities drifting in a celestial realm. They are actively addressing the same personal shortcomings and spiritual barriers they faced during their earthly existence. Cayce's documentation depicted souls organizing into groups aligned with their levels of spiritual growth and life objectives. These groups of souls collaborate on endeavors that extend across various lifetimes, aiding one another's development, regardless of whether they exist in physical form or as spirits. The fourth recorded function involves the preparation for reincarnation. Cayce's insights regularly revealed that after finishing their spiritual tasks in the afterlife realms, souls start getting ready for their forthcoming earthly existence. They reflect on the lessons they need to grasp, choose familial situations that offer the most favorable chances for growth, and even determine the physical obstacles they will encounter. In numerous life readings, Cayce illustrated that souls retain their abilities, passions, and connections from their past lives. The deceased aren't solely focused on a far-off reincarnation. As indicated by the readings, numerous souls are diligently orchestrating their return to a physical life, to resume connections and address unresolved spiritual matters with the living. The fifth activity, highlighted in Cayce's readings, is set to challenge all your preconceived notions about the afterlife. Souls partake in what he referred to as interplanetary sojourns, immersing themselves in experiences on other dimensional planes linked to various planets in our solar system. These are not tangible travels, but rather consciousness explorations that foster particular spiritual traits. Cayce's readings portrayed souls traveling to Mars to cultivate leadership and a pioneering mindset, to Venus for the enhancement of love and artistic perception, and to Jupiter to gain wisdom and teaching skills, alongside other planetary influences that mold their spiritual growth throughout earthly lifetimes. However, this is where Cayce's insights become profoundly applicable to your life today. The sixth identified activity is that departed souls function as what Cayce termed ministering spirits, offering inspiration, protection, and guidance to the living during pivotal moments. The readings indicated that these ministering spirits respect free will and operate within universal laws to deliver the assistance that souls truly require for their highest spiritual growth. That moment of clarity you found in your darkest times, the sudden solution that surfaced just when it was most needed, and the wave of peace you felt in times of sorrow may very well represent the documented efforts of souls from the other side. Cayce's readings elaborate on the seventh activity, identifying it as souls participating in what he termed healing ministries. In this capacity, they collaborate with living healers, doctors, and therapists to transmit healing energy to those in need. The readings indicated that many significant healings result from the combined efforts of incarnate and discarnate souls who work in unison across different dimensions. The eighth activity noted involves souls taking part in group prayer and meditation sessions in the spiritual realms. These sessions, as described in Cayce's readings, are described as potent spiritual assemblages, where groups of souls concentrate healing energy, protective influences, and spiritual support toward particular individuals or situations on Earth. According to the readings, these prayer circles frequently consist of souls who maintained earthly connections and continue their caring work from beyond. Your grandmother, who consistently prayed for the family, continues this practice after passing. In fact, her prayers become more intense and directed since she is no longer constrained by her physical form. In Cayce's findings, the ninth activity is the exploration of the Akashic records by souls, which he refers to as a cosmic library that holds the entire history of every soul's journey across various incarnations. Through this lens, souls that have departed gain insight, not only into their individual spiritual journeys, but also into the broader trends of spiritual growth that impact all of humanity. The 10th recorded activity involves advanced souls serving as educators in what Cayce referred to as schools within the spirit realm. These entities, who have reached significant levels of spiritual growth during their time on Earth or in prior afterlife experiences, commit themselves to instructing other souls on universal laws, spiritual tenets, and the meaning of life. However, the 11th activity that Cayce noted will completely transform your understanding of death and dying. Souls engage in the process of warmly welcoming those who have just passed into the spirit realm. This collaboration includes family, friends, and spiritually evolved beings, all aiming to facilitate a smoother transition for souls leaving their physical bodies. This indicates that when your moment arrives to transition, you won't encounter death in isolation or bewilderment. Based on Cayce's insights, those souls who care for you are already getting ready to greet you, assist you, and aid in comprehending your new reality. Death is transformed from a frightening mystery into a long-anticipated gathering with those who have passed on. The 12th recorded phenomenon is that souls partake in what Cayce referred to as creative expression, which is unachievable during earthly life. Artists manifest their creations using only pure thought and spiritual energy. Musicians create using universal harmonies, while writers engage with the essence of the soul itself. The 13th activity, highlighted in the readings, indicates that souls act as guardians and protectors for the living, particularly for family members and those to whom they have made spiritual commitments. This form of protection functions within karmic law and divine will, offering genuine spiritual support during moments of peril or spiritual turmoil. According to Cayce's readings, the 14th activity involves souls taking on counseling roles for other spirits, helping them navigate feelings of guilt, regret, or confusion regarding their earthly experiences. Just as we have therapists and counselors in our world, the spirit realm is home to advanced souls who focus on aiding others in processing their experiences and advancing in their spiritual journeys. The 15th recorded activity involves souls taking part in what Cayce referred to as service missions, where they collaborate on initiatives that enhance spiritual growth on Earth. Such endeavors may encompass fostering scientific breakthroughs, aiding spiritual movements, or shaping cultural transitions that elevate human awareness. The 16th activity, identified in Cayce's insights, highlights that souls explore and comprehend the cosmic principles governing spiritual life. They gain insights into karma, grace, divine love, and the underlying laws that direct spiritual evolution across the universe. The 17th documented activity indicates that souls act as sources of inspiration for contemporary artists, writers, inventors, and spiritual mentors. Cayce's readings indicated that numerous creative innovations, scientific breakthroughs, and spiritual revelations arise from collaboration between living individuals and souls from the afterlife. The 18th activity highlighted in these readings shows that advanced souls act as intermediaries, enhancing dialogue between the deceased and the living. These spiritual entities aid in communication through dreams, meditation, and other interactions that offer solace to the bereaved and guidance to the living. The 19th activity noted in the readings reveals that souls participate in preparatory work for significant spiritual events that influence humanity. According to Cayce, advanced souls collaborate in readiness for major shifts in human awareness, spiritual awakenings, and evolutionary transformations that impact the entire planet. Here's the 20th and most remarkable activity that Cayce recorded. Souls engage actively in the spiritual progression of the universe. They are not merely passive recipients of divine affection. Instead, they actively take part in the continuous creation and spiritual growth of all that exists. This implies that your departed loved ones are not solely evolving on a personal level. They are also playing a role in the spiritual advancement of all consciousness across the universe. Death is not simply an end, but rather a promotion to a higher level of cosmic citizenship, where souls engage in facilitating universal spiritual growth. The 20 activities outlined in Edgar Cayce's readings demonstrate that death should be viewed not as a conclusion, but as a transition to greater service, profound learning, and a more significant existence than many can envision while confined to their physical bodies. However, there's an even more astonishing revelation from Cayce regarding the deceased that will certainly astonish you. In his readings on soul communication, he discovered that those who have passed on can actually shape your thoughts and choices in ways that feel like your own insightful ideas. That sudden urge you experienced last week to reach out to an old friend, that gut instinct that prevented you from making a poor business decision, and that unexpected creative insight that appeared out of nowhere. Based on Cayce's insights, these instances frequently stem from the proactive support of loving souls on the other side. This fundamentally alters our perspective on coincidences and luck. His readings indicated that what are perceived as coincidences are typically well-planned occurrences, orchestrated by departed souls collaborating to assist their living family. While they cannot infringe upon your free will, they can set up situations, spark ideas, and generate opportunities that correspond with your highest spiritual well-being. For instance, a deceased parent who was always concerned about your financial stability might be collaborating with other spirits to inspire the precise business concept you require at this moment. That grandmother who consistently affirmed that you were meant for greatness may be facilitating connections with the individuals who can guide you in uncovering your true calling. However, this is where Cayce's insights become truly astonishing. Those who have passed do not solely assist their loved ones on an individual basis. Instead, they create what Cayce refers to as soul groups or spiritual families that transcend lifetimes, collaborating across dimensions to foster each other's growth. Your existing family, your closest friends, and even certain people with whom you feel an immediate bond are likely members of your everlasting soul group. When some individuals from this group exist in the afterlife, while others are still in the physical realm, the departed actively work to promote the spiritual advancement and life achievements of those who are still living. This sheds light on why specific connections can feel incredibly profound and significant right from the first encounter. It clarifies why certain individuals appear to comprehend you on a deeper, almost spiritual level. Based on Cayce's insights, you have been collaborating spiritually with these people for many lifetimes, and even death does not sever those timeless bonds. Additionally, there's a groundbreaking realization about dreams that you'll find intriguing. Cayce's insights indicated that a key method through which departed souls reach out to those still living is during dream states. However, these aren't mere coincidental visits in your dreams. These are meticulously organized spiritual gatherings that allow departed loved ones to convey messages, offer guidance, and provide solace while respecting your conscious autonomy. That vivid dream you experienced featuring your deceased father imparting particular advice wasn't merely your subconscious grappling with grief. Based on Cayce's documented insights, it was likely a genuine spiritual interaction, wherein your father's consciousness connected with yours in the dream state to offer the necessary guidance. According to Cayce's interpretations, the dream world acts as a junction between physical and spiritual realms, facilitating interactions between living individuals and those who have passed on more readily than in waking life. This is why numerous individuals recount receiving significant messages, warnings, or comfort through dreams involving their deceased relatives. However, what adds to the astonishing nature of this phenomenon is that Cayce's insights indicated that spirits frequently collaborate in groups during dream interactions. Your grandmother might team up with your late uncle and a spiritually evolved entity you've yet to encounter in the physical world to deliver the precise support or solace you require in challenging times. These interventions by your dream team are not mere happenstance acts of spiritual generosity. As per the readings, these missions are thoughtfully orchestrated to assist you in overcoming particular obstacles, making vital choices, or attaining healing at the exact moment necessary for your spiritual journey. Here's another astonishing insight from Cayce's findings that may alter your perception of unexpected assistance in your life. Spirits of the departed actively engage in connecting living individuals who are meant for one another. Those chance encounters with a future business partner, the unforeseen friendship that changed your life, or a romantic connection that appears too fortuitous to be mere chance, might all stem from the efforts of deceased souls working behind the scenes. Cayce's insights illustrate how advanced spirits can recognize the needs and potentials of various living people, orchestrating situations to ensure they meet at the perfect moment. They act like spiritual matchmakers, functioning from realms where they have a broader understanding of everyone's spiritual journey and life mission. This suggests that your departed loved ones might currently be engaged in bringing the right individuals into your life, creating the necessary opportunities for your development, and eliminating obstacles that could hinder you from achieving your soul's purpose in this lifetime. However, there's an even more personal and immediate aspect revealed in Cayce's readings. According to these insights, spirits can genuinely impact your physical health and the healing process. The readings illustrated that souls who served as healers, doctors, or simply caring family members while on Earth continue their supportive roles from beyond. That unexplained recovery from illness, the unexpected improvement in a chronic condition, or that moment during meditation or prayer when you sensed healing energy flowing through your body, could very well involve the active contributions of deceased souls acting as spiritual healers. Cayce's insights indicated that the process of healing frequently requires collaboration between the living and those who have passed away. These departed souls are capable of transmitting healing energy and wisdom that goes beyond physical boundaries. Your late grandmother, known for her nurturing touch, does not forfeit this talent upon her passing. Rather, her healing skills become even stronger and more refined. This perspective will fundamentally transform your perception of death and the dying process. Cayce's findings suggest that evolved souls frequently act as guides during the transition, aiding individuals in making a peaceful crossover when their time on Earth concludes. Their role is to alleviate fear, offer solace, and compassionately support souls during the passage from life with love and insight. This implies that when it is your turn to depart from the physical world, you will not encounter death in solitude or bewilderment. Loved ones who have passed away, friends and enlightened spiritual beings are already getting ready to embrace you. They will assist you during this transition and help you grasp your new reality in the spiritual realm. According to Cayce's insights, the process of dying is intended to be as gentle and nurturing as possible, with departed souls acting as a spiritual hospice team to ensure that the journey into the afterlife is a beautiful reunion rather than a daunting mystery. Yet the most astonishing insight from Edgar Cayce's recorded work is this: the deceased are not merely individual souls focused on their personal spiritual growth. Instead, they play a crucial role in the spiritual advancement of all humanity and the cosmos as a whole. The readings indicate that enlightened souls collaborate on cosmic initiatives that shape significant spiritual awakenings, cultural transformations, and evolutionary advancements in human awareness. They don't simply watch earthly matters unfold. Rather, they are engaged participants in steering humanity towards a deeper spiritual comprehension. This indicates that your departed loved ones are not merely undergoing personal transformations and assisting their individual family members. They are playing a role in the spiritual growth of all consciousness, advocating for universal love and wisdom, and engaging in the divine scheme for spiritual evolution throughout the universe. Rather than viewing death as a personal conclusion, it can be seen as a transition to cosmic citizenship, where souls contribute to the greater good of all creation, while persistently following their eternal path of spiritual development and service. If this message resonates with your own encounters with those who have passed, if you have sensed their presence or guidance in your life, or if you are looking for solace regarding someone you have lost, keep in mind that according to Cayce's documented insights, love is truly everlasting, and consciousness continues its magnificent journey beyond physical existence. Next time you find yourself feeling inspired, supported, or unexpectedly assisted during challenging moments, reflect on the possibility that these experiences could be the actions of loving souls who are working from planes of existence that are far more beautiful and meaningful than what most people can conceive while constrained by their physical bodies. Don't forget to hit that like button. If these insights have shifted your view on death and dying, consider sharing this video with someone who needs to grasp that their loved ones continue to exist and offer their presence from beyond. And subscribe for more explorations of Edgar Cayce's documented insights into consciousness, spirituality, and the everlasting journey of the soul. Your interaction helps disseminate this reassurance and wisdom to others who need to understand that death is not the conclusion, but rather the commencement of an extraordinary new chapter of existence.